Hello, everybody. It's Demon here, and I'm going to try an experiment here. We're going to do a bit of a how-to video, and we're going to draw a Rokon. What? I've looked at the YouTube videos that are out there currently, and there's a lot of step-by-step supposedly, but none that are all really good. They don't tend to show the guidelines and whatnot, so I'm going to go through there and let me zoom in a little bit. Alright, so think pretty simple. I'm going to use a compass because I spend way too long trying to figure out how to make a circle. So I'm going to do a circle. Come on. There, perfect circle. Ha. Alright, so anyway, when I dissect this drawing, find out if you put one line right through here at just a bit of an angle, that's going to really help you out. It would help if I didn't have to squeeze in between the legs of the camera. Right, so what we can do is we can go perpendicular to that, draw a line, and go halfway, and draw a line, and go halfway, and draw a line. And then there's another line. You take it and you go right like this. And that's pretty much all the guidelines you're going to need to do the head. So I'm going to do the second circle. And the second circle, part of it's going to end up right in between here. Following this line down. That would be a second circle, and I might have it might be a little forward, but it should be alright. Right. Next what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here, I'm going to find these lines. And this one kind of goes down this way a little bit. And this one goes up this way. It opens up a little further. Maybe even a little more than that. And there's a larger circle in this area. So, something to that effect. See if I can't get it. It's too big. Might be a little too high, but that might work. So in time lapse, I'm going to throw in a couple more guidelines. Alright, so I've got myself zoomed in on the head up here, and you'll notice that this point out here, maybe I make this line might be a little bit off. Let me fix that. If I make it a little bit tighter, just like that. The tip out here is the tip of the ear. And the ear comes down. If you extend this up about right here, it's about the ear right there. And we come down about halfway through there. There's that. And clean this up a little bit. A little more rounder. Okay, the tip of the other ear comes out just about right here, and it kind of curves up, connects to this spot, and kind of comes down. So it kind of comes up and then down. Then this part kind of right above that line there. And then this bottom line here is pretty much right where the ear will connect. And then we got the nice little fuzzy looking things in here. This line here, this guideline here, you can pop right out here a little bit and work your way up, and that would be the nose area. And the face will come down following the circle for a second and then kind of swooping in like that. There's no way I can explain the mouth except for the fact that it's in between these two guidelines here. The eye is fairly large, kind of goes right in the middle there. It kind of points out here and hits here, so it's kind of, it's an interesting shaped eye. It's up and down. We got this little light glimmer right in here. Okay, so the next step I guess would be to give the this tuft of hair thing right here, which is a little bit more difficult, and it's kind of about right on this line, I think. And you get the one part. It's like a little three parts. So if you put a guideline in there, I suppose you could follow this line here. It kind of comes down and back up. This comes down, back up. You get this little thing over here, a little more difficult to come all the way up to the guideline. And then you get another one, which goes above the guideline and back all the way almost to the ear. And then these circles up here are a little difficult to get the right size the first time. It seems. It looks fairly decent. It starts from here, it just kind of curls up. Nice and round. Another one just like that. And the other one out over here. Back of the head follows that circle. We get down to this line. That's when you get the neck. And that would be Rokon's head. Vulpix's head. So let me zoom out and we'll see how it goes. because of poor quality in my last video, audio quality in my last video, I unplugged everything in my house except for the pump on my aquaponics system. It's dead quiet in here. It's kind of creepy. Okay, so we got this circle up here. You're just gonna kind of little thing for the shoulder, and it's gonna come back almost straight back. It's gonna come back, and it'll hit this curve, and that curve will be like the rump area. So we just get rid of that line. That's a hard line to get rid of. What is that lead made out of? Pretty simple. I believe I made this circle too big. So, yeah, I made the circle a little too big, I think. The front chest area is going to be like right in here. So we'll follow the inside of the circle. And just actually indent in a little bit. And we did this little fuzzy thing before actually following the curve. Then from up here, just where the head attaches a little further out, you kind of come in, this is where the neck is, and then you hit the shoulder of the far leg there, and then it kind of comes in all the way down to the foot. And feet give me absolute hell. I have to say the feet is one that I spend the most amount of time screwing around with. So Broco's got this little patch of white, different colored fur, kind of comes down, and we got the other leg. About that shape, comes down, and like I said, those troublesome little toe things. And fix this one up a little bit. These actual toes, paw things. There's a little kind of fuzzy differentiation. Shit. There's different colors. A little line here. It goes for the different colors of the feet. It's kind of a lighter color and a darker color. Hind legs are a pain. Not quite as bad as the tail. Come down, and I go small guideline here. Just kind of goes off the side, back, and then forth. You just kind of curve that out a little bit. Curve that in. The paws will be about the same distance here. That's where you get your one weird toe and your more toe-like toes. Comes up, falls out just a little bit. It comes out in your regular dog hip looking thing. That looks a little strange to me, probably not correct at the moment. We're going to fall through this chest line here and just kind of curve it up like that, and that'll help us out. The space is a little too long. In time lapse, I'm going to go through and I'm just going to move this over a little bit. Anytime you draw any type of dog-like creature, you always find that, or generally any four-legged creature, you always find that these His back legs tend to be the hardest thing. There. Come down. Toe, toe, toe. Comes up. Curves around. This is where the knee is, and the knee goes up in the hip. Kind of like that. Right, so we have this loin down here, where your stomach is, and in the back you have that other knee thing, and it goes down to the foot. Good luck with these. I can't help you. I'm not good at it myself. Right, another differentiation between the light and dark, and this one, it's not so hairy, it's just kind of a bump and a line. So that's it for the body and the head. Alright, so now for the rest of it. That way this circle a little off here. The guideline kind of comes in very close to the ear. It is about that high. It does go out here. The center point is about right there. Where's my compass? So kind of about right there. It's quite a bit now. Gotta get the tails. The tails are a little tricky. There's a couple little tricks I figured out. We're gonna draw a line like that, and you'll notice that this line comes almost exactly right here, and almost exactly right here. So you can almost say that the 1, 2, 3 is the tips are right on those angles. So first one I always start out with is this guy right here, and basically you're just going to get a fairly good circle, and just to make sure that everything kind of fits, go ahead to kind of get that idea of a circle, and then this indication of a circle. But it's this one you're going to want to do kind of first, and it's really. Yeah, so obviously the tails are what gives Rokon its name. Ro is short for Roku, which means 6, and 6 tails. Cone, I don't know where cone comes from. I don't know Japanese. Alright, so this one you just gotta go about right here, and you just gotta want to firmly curve it up. Just a little bit. You come around. I just stopped there because there's another tail below it. So yeah, let's go tail below it, kind of about that shape. This seems to be a little more difficult getting this. You want this curve to be just right. It's this one that drives me nuts. It comes out and it drops down pretty good, and it just looks kind of weird to me. And there's not really any way I've been able to figure out to make it not look weird. I'm going to puff this circle out a bit. It's going to come in just like that. You can probably hear my fish tank draining. It's actually, well, it's actually the aquaponic bed that's draining. Now that you got this in here, you can put in this guy. Basically come in a little off center, just like a little hump there. That's where that one will go. And then now you can do the next tail here, and it kind of pops out a little bit further, a little rounder. And attached about right here, kind of comes down a pretty steep angle, almost inwards, and then levels off. Right, so that's 3. Sand cone, 3 tails. 3 tail. 3. Actually, it comes like grudge or something, so 3 grudge. Just another larger circle. They seem to get easier as they go this way. So you come in here, you just kind of eyeball that. It looks pretty good, and they're all pretty good once you get past this one. You get this one, and they're just 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit of curl in there, and the other 2 are just they're a little tighter back here, curving a little more. Just like that. Rokon. I'm going to go through in time lapse, and I'm going to ink it quickly. Alright, I'm going to go through here. So it's a 005. So the last one, this is all 05, this is a 005. So it's a little lighter, and I can kind of come through here and just put in these shaded patches right here, no problem. Alright, one thing I have to say is when you're inking, always remember to let the ink dry before you erase or smear it. Otherwise you get this crap. I'd have to say that's it. That's my, I guess, how-to on how to draw Rokon, the Pokemon Rokon. Thank you for joining me in this experiment. I'll probably do a lot more like this. I might even consider the whole 151st Pokemon for drawing. If you want to suggest one to do, then maybe I'll make that more of a priority. Anyways, I'd like to thank anybody ahead of time. If you wanted to support me by purchasing any of my books, Demon's Collection Volume 1 and 13 Factions, Nathan Rayner and the Grease Monkey. They're both downloadable PDF format for free on my website, so don't buy the book unless you like the story. And I'll put a link in the description below. That's it for today. Demon out.